That's right, guys, this is the scariest warning. FDA approves this for human consumption. This is just another reason why grocery shopping just got more terrifying. Extremely disturbing. Next time you guys go grocery shopping and hit the meat department, you're gonna be in for a big surprise. More reason for you guys to be reading those labels. I mean, that is, if you want to know what you're eating. You know, fake food, bioengineered food, crickets, so many ingredients that you may vote that's not in your best interest. In this day and age, that can be for an assortment of reasons. But this one here is a new one. Breaking news that is definitely gonna get your attention. In my opinion, absolutely gross. And like I said, the breaking news is that FDA just announced and approved this for human consumption. I will 100% not be eating this. And if you happen to be with me on that one, you had better be paying very close attention. Everything you need to know coming right up. Again, welcome back to all of our subscribers. Thank you for watching our videos. If you're brand new here and like news that affects you, prepping tips, emergency preparedness how-tos, be sure to hit that notification bell so you guys can stay up to date and not miss a video. Let's jump into this one. So like I said, guys, big news, breaking news. FDA makes a huge announcement that they're approving this for human consumption, which is gonna have a huge trickle effect. This is gonna change a lot of things. And as we jump into this report, at the end of this video, I'm gonna give you a discovery that I found at the grocery store the other day. Another thing that you need to be watching out for. There's a lot of things that go into this and we're gonna go over it. But for the first time, the FDA has announced that lab meat is safe for human consumption. That's right, another reason why you're gonna wanna read your labels if you do not wanna be eating lab meat. Now, like I said, this is huge. This is gonna open the floodgates for all kinds of companies and businesses to start producing this because it's FDA approved now. And it doesn't take a lot of thought to put the whole picture together. They're trying to cut down on farming. They're trying to cut down on farm animals. They're saying this is gonna help the environment. It says right here on CNBC, the decision marks a key milestone for cell-cultivated meats to eventually become available in the US supermarkets and restaurants. Okay, so the article goes on to read, in quotes, "The world is expecting a food revolution and the US FDA is committed to supporting the innovation in food supply." FDA Commissioner Robert Califf and Suzanne Main, Director of the FDA's Center for Food Safety and Applied Nutrition, said in a statement. Now, like I said, the big food crisis. Well, why are we having this food crisis? We've got all these weird things happening. Many things that emergency preparedness channels and other prepping channels have reported, in which many are saying the food industry is under attack. Got the culling of millions of poultry. Food industry fires non-stop. Crab season getting shut down because they're saying there's no crabs. And the beef industry alone could tell you how much scrutiny they're under. A lot of theories out there say that this is a man-made problem. And the way I look at it, having more control from facilities that make your fake food, with $2 billion already put into this, having FDA approval is gonna explode this in unprecedented ways. That's right, there's so much money to be made now. It'll be most likely seen at every fast food joint. All them chicken nuggets, all them beef patties are gonna be grown from a cell. And I've got a major concern about that we're gonna talk about here in just a second. But before we do that, I like to always show you how the media is presenting it to the people.
Plant-based meats, mainstream now. They're turning up on more supermarket shelves and fast food menus all over the place. Many plant-based meats are made from things like soybeans and veggies and quinoa. But now, something different. One company is trying to put the meat back in meat alternatives. And some investors are betting big. Here's CNBC's Kate Rogers.
This is real chicken, and so is this and this. Except it's made in labs and commercial food production facilities instead of being raised on a farm. It's called cultivated meat, made from the cells of animals, and is part of a burgeoning industry seeking regulatory approval.
So I guess if you look up the definition of real meat, real chicken, real beef, it could be from a culture dish, a test tube, not even a real animal anymore.
It is real meat. And instead of needing billions of animals and all the land and the water and all the rainforest you typically need to knock down to make that happen, we start with a cell. And you can get the cell from a biopsy of an animal, a fresh piece of meat, or a cell bank. Now we don't need the animal anymore.
You heard it. We don't need the animal anymore. We don't need the animal anymore. Now, personally, that just rubs me wrong. Let me know how you guys are feeling about this, but I feel like the high-ups, the investors, the big-time people, the ones that want to kind of get their hand around everything, kind of wanting to play God.
Then we identify nutrients, think feed to feed that cell, and then we make it. And we make it in a stainless steel vessel called a bioreactor.
So our food system's role in climate change is generally underappreciated, but industrial animal agriculture is a major contributor. And so alternative proteins, including cultivated meat, can be a key aspect of how we reduce the emissions from our food system.
And while all eyes are on U.S. regulators, investors have been pouring into this space with a global $2 billion invested over the last 2 years. But believers say that so far, this is still underinvested as a potential climate change solution.
So that's right, a big climate change answer. I suspect most of these huge new factories that are going to be funded are going to be solar ran by the earth-friendly batteries. Like I said, getting the FDA approval is going to open up a floodgates of funding and probably government funding too. They'll probably be allocating tax money to this. We'll be paying for it because it's going to help global warming. It's going to help reduce emissions. Have any of you guys driven across the United States and seen how much land, untapped land there is out there? The only crowded places are in the middle of the city. There is lots of space and lots of room for a lot of agriculture. Recently, we just had some friends travel all the way across the country, and they were absolutely amazed at how much land is really out there. And you don't realize it if you don't get outside of your town or you're stuck in a city. The idea is putting out there to everyone that we're overpopulated, climate issue. You need all of these answers provided by huge corporations that are probably under one umbrella. Now, before we get to what I discovered in the meat department myself yesterday, let me add this. What are people saying? Well, some people are making statements like this. Some are saying that many things that are done in the lab, they're questioning what is actually getting put into the product in the lab. They go on to say, well, you only know what they tell you as far as knowing what's in it. And that goes with a lot of things that are made in labs, right? Question, what exactly will you be eating? And will you ever know? And they're doing it with a lot of things. Chicken, beef, salmon. Salmon's a big one. With that, it brings me to my story. I was at the grocery store yesterday. Now, we're out of town right at the moment due to one of the businesses that I have that has me traveling time to time, and we're near the ocean. I'm expecting to get some fresh seafood, right? So I actually asked a local, where can I get some fresh local caught seafood? Oh, we'll go to this specific grocery store. So I went to that specific grocery store and I looked at all of the labels. There was all types of different fish that you would find in this part of the ocean. Every single package of fish that I was looking at was farm raised and farm raised in Scotland. And I'm on the Pacific side, actually in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And my options are farm raised fish from Scotland. There was also some from the Philippines and a couple other areas. But if you haven't done your research on farm-raised fish compared to what's out there in the ocean, they are extremely susceptible to parasites. And what do you have to do to an animal that probably has some parasites being confined to a farm-raised area? That's right. Oftentimes they get antibiotics. And the color of the meat is just not gonna be the color of the God-given color in that natural meat that you would get out in the ocean or on a farm. So that's right, they add color and they add lots of stuff. What I'm saying, guys, you have to start looking at your labels. It is getting thick out there. You have to read the label if you're interested in knowing what you're eating, because the plot's about to thicken. My opinion, get a lot worse. More reason why I'm doing videos like this right up here, showing you what we're doing about stocking up food long term, because we don't know what kind of mess we're gonna be going into. Be sure to watch out because I'm gonna be showing you guys how to get that farm fresh meat, that farm fresh animal products straight from the farmer. Got a couple videos coming up that'll teach you guys how to get the real stuff. Also, if you guys wanna help us on what we're doing, reaching and teaching people, Be sure to check out our option to becoming a member on our channel, where we'll try to give you some good extra info, courses, and more. Also, you guys can support us by buying some of our merchandise down below. This shirt is really nice. It's thin, comfortable. At any rate, guys, I wanted to let you guys know that the FDA has approved this for human consumption. Another thing to be on the lookout for. As I know more, I will keep you guys informed. Keep prepping, keep learning, keep doing. We'll see you on the next one.